Schools are becoming increasingly diverse, economically, linguistically, and ethnically. Students come from every corner of the globe with different levels of proficiency in English, in their own language, in math and science.
We have students from Mongolia, Guatemala, Pakistan, and Vietnam, and Argentina, French Guiana, from the Sudan.
No matter where a student is from, schools need to consider the whole child and create a school environment where students thrive. Effective schools know their English language learners, adapt lessons to meet their needs, and teach literacy throughout the curriculum. They also create a sense of belonging, involve parents, and set high expectations for all students. Practices that set the stage for learning. Lewis M. Klein Middle School in Harrison, New York, is about 30 miles north of Manhattan. Like most schools, its ELL population is predominantly Hispanic. Sarah and Pamela are among the school's fast-growing ELL population.
My first day of school, it was kind of weird. I didn't like it at all. I didn't know anybody, and I didn't know English, and it was kind of hard. What helped me was that I have Mrs. McAvoy.
Sarah and Pamela spend 1 hour a day with ELL teacher Elizabeth McAvoy. Even though they are both identified as ELLs, they have individual needs. Today they learn about disasters by imagining the lives of the people in the pictures.
Sarah, what do you think?
I'm looking at this and I'm gonna say that I'm a girl 14 and I'm trying to help my sister and brothers because we don't have nothing to eat.
Sarah has been here only this year. She's from Paraguay. From the beginning, I could tell that she is a very intelligent person. She is very engaged in what she's learning. What do you think?
I don't know.
I'm a mother with my children, and I can't I have no money, no food, nothing for my children.
Pamela is from Brazil. Her first language is Portuguese, which she does still use. Pamela is a student who has been in the States for some time.
I never knew that I really was good at writing until I came to LMK, because then my English teacher would always be, oh, that was good and everything, and she was like, you can make it better by doing this, and then she would help me out.
Sarah, a recent immigrant, is the kind of student many people think of when they think of ELLs. But Pamela, who has lived in the United States on and off throughout her life, also needs special strategies to improve her English language skills.
Is that the cause?
That's
Part of the cause.
that shows how, if you look here,
ELLs have a diversity all their own. Some have had limited education in their first language. Some can communicate orally in English, but have difficulty reading and writing. Those who have proficiency in their own language have an easier time learning English.
The relationship between temperature and humidity.
Proficiency in their native language is critical to their success in learning English. If I have a good understanding of, language concepts from my native language, I should be able to make connections and build relationships with a new language.
Understanding each student's unique educational background and level of English proficiency will help teachers know what to expect of them.
Part of the training that we've been doing is trying to get teachers to identify how long they've been here, what are their reading levels, what are their oral proficiency levels, because that could be all over the board as well. The challenge is with our classroom teacher is how do you meet the needs of such a diverse group when they're all under the same label.
I don't think academic learning stops when a student is learning English. It should go hand in hand. Just because a student can't understand the English right away, that if they're in a content area, they may, through that content, understand more and be able to express themselves more in English.
When an English language learner is properly supported in a mainstream classroom, the content itself becomes a tool for learning English.
If I'm a good math student in whatever country I'm coming from in my language, I'm going to transfer those strong math skills and understanding, a conceptual understanding, to my new language. Now, am I going to struggle with word problems in the new language? Sure. But if you're talking about mathematical concepts, I'm going to have that up in my mind. So it's just a matter of transferring that and manipulating the new language to be able to show my knowledge.
The student body at Edison High School in San Antonio, Texas, is predominantly of Mexican descent. Many of these students enter school with limited English language skills. Principal Charles Munoz knows that high expectations and caring adults are critical for student success.
Are you worried about that? It's very important that we make connections with our students across the board. It assists ELL students because sometimes ELL students feel isolated. Come on in. We try to help all our ELL students by trying to build a relationship with them, but also knowing our students.
Principal Munoz has gotten to know many of his students very well. Every morning, he meets with a group of 9th graders.
So how's it going? Roy, how was your week with your tax results? How do you feel?
Relieved that I passed both of them. I didn't think I could do it, but I did it.
You didn't think you could do it?
Nah, at first I didn't because I was like, man, I don't even know this. Just took it.
So now that we're 2 weeks away from school, Eric and I were talking. Do you still feel that I need to be involved with pushing you and, you know? And
when I go to a sophomore?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think you should always be pushing us.
Always? Sure. The whole group?
Yeah.
Hi, Antonio. How you doing?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Antonio is an Edison graduate who is now attending college.
Come on in, Mr. Munoz is waiting for
He
you.
often returns to visit with Principal Munoz.
Hey, ¿cómo estás?
Antonio came to the United States in 6th grade.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
How are you doing in college?
I'm doing good. I just finished my first year.
For Antonio, feeling connected to his high school community was the key to his academic success. He enrolled in AP classes with the encouragement of Edison staff.
I met Antonio here as an 11th grader when he got to Edison. And then he passes my AP exam as a senior. And if you ever talk to Antonio, you say, wow, look at the successes that he's had.
I never knew that I wasn't be able to do so well unless somebody would have told me, oh, I think you can do it, so go ahead and try. I just finished finals last week.
How'd you do?
I did good. What really good teachers did here to help us learn was they had expectations for us. You're just not a number and a student. You're a person, you have a name, and you have a personality to them.
What are you going to be majoring in? Have you decided just yet?
Yeah, I changed my major to pharmacy.
Pharmacy?
Yeah.
Oh.
They actually are interested in you getting ahead, and they look for opportunities for you.
Creating a sense of belonging in a school is critical to increasing student achievement. In a strong educational community, teachers, students, administrators, and parents all support each other as they work toward the common goal of better student performance. Music teacher Paul Norris is proud of his band's success at Swanson Middle School in Arlington, Virginia. Being in the band gives all students a sense of belonging. This is a decisive motivator for English language learners.
I arrived at Swanson Middle School in 1994, and I realized that while there were many English language learners in the hallways, that I wasn't seeing any of them come through my band hall doors.
ELLs couldn't enroll in beginning band class because it conflicted with their sheltered ELL class called HILT at Swanson. So Mr. Norris created a class for them that mirrors the beginning band class and fits into their schedule.
I came to the United States from England as an 8-year-old, had a hard time fitting in, started playing percussion, and it gave me a place to fit in. You know, I was no longer that weird, little kid from England, but now it was, oh, that's Paul, he plays drums and he can play pretty well. It's, hey, Paul, play Wipeout.
We have a whole rest,
which lasts how many beats? 4. The first day of the year, I never know how much English that they're going to know. How does high sound? High was way up here, right? High. I'll have them teach me a few words, or we'll just point to something. And it's really great that these English language learners have elected to step out and do something that's that challenging. Good.
With their beginning band experience and English requirements behind them, students like Giannina are able to join one of the performing bands.
Giannina was quite quiet and reserved when she first came. She was a very hard worker. Moving into the middle band was a real motivator for her. She took summer school classes to exit out of the HILT program in order for her schedule to allow her to be in the higher bands. I think the most important function is that it gives them a place to belong socially.